Most people would agree there's more to it than meets the eye. About almost anything. Politics, people, situations. We know the surface isn't the whole story. That instinct is right. The problem is your brain doesn't agree. And that gap between what you know and how you actually process information is one of the most exploitable properties of the human mind in a political environment. There's a concept in cognitive psychology that explains why. You may not have heard of it. It's called WYSIATI. What you see is all there is. It's a description of a limitation, specifically a limitation of how your mind works. The psychologist Daniel Kahneman identified this in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow. Your brain doesn't wait for complete information before forming a picture of reality. It can't. It takes whatever is available, assembles the most coherent story it can from these inputs, and then treats that story as if it were the whole picture. Not a partial view, not a working hypothesis, the whole picture. And here's what makes this different from what you might already know about cognitive bias. You've probably heard of confirmation bias. That's the tendency to seek out information that confirms what you already believe, and to discount information that challenges it. Confirmation bias is active. It operates on a belief you've already formed. It's about protecting a prior conclusion. WYSIATI is different. It operates before any of that. It's not about what you go looking for. It's about what happens automatically the moment information enters. Any information, whatever happens to be available. The mind builds a story from it, a confidence story. And the confidence is not a function of how complete the information is, it's a function of how coherent the story is, how well the pieces fit together. That's the mechanism. Confidence tracks coherence, not completeness. Think about how AI works. When you submit a prompt, it isn't sitting there indefinitely, considering every possibility. There's a processing window. It works with what it can access in that window and produces a confident answer. And AI is fast. It can process an enormous volume of information in a fraction of the time your brain can. And it's still limited. The constraint is just less visible from the outside because the answer arrives quickly and sounds complete. Your brain operates on the same principle at a fraction of the speed and volume. System 1, the fast automatic processing system Kahneman describes, doesn't pause for deep deliberation. It works with what's immediately available, builds the most coherent story it can, and delivers a confident conclusion. No flag, no asterisk, no signal that anything is missing. That's WYSIATI. Not a bug, but a feature. Just the operating condition of any system that has to act on incomplete information in real time. You don't actually see with your eyes, you see with your brain. Your eyes collect, your brain constructs. And what it constructs, it tends to treat as complete. Now think about what that means in a political environment. If WYSIATI is how minds actually work, and the evidence is that it is, then controlling what people see is more powerful than controlling what people believe. You don't need to convince anyone of a lie. You don't need to plant a conspiracy theory or run a disinformation campaign. You just need to make sure the other side of the story never enters the frame. Your brain will do the rest. It will build a coherent picture from what's available, feel appropriately confident in that picture, and move on without ever registering what's missing. This is what makes information asymmetry a structural political weapon, not a nuisance, not a media bias complaint, a weapon. Because it doesn't require a bad faith audience to produce bad faith outcomes. It runs automatically on everyone all the time. The algorithm that shows you content you already engage with isn't just keeping you entertained, it's managing your inputs. The media environment that covers one side of the story exhaustively and mentions the other side in passing isn't just being sloppy. It's shaping what your brain has available to construct from. The politician who repeats a claim loudly and often isn't just persuasive, they're filling the frame. And none of that requires that you be uninformed or unintelligent or even inattentive. WYSIATI doesn't discriminate. It runs on everyone. The question is simply, what are you seeing? Because whatever it is, that's what your brain is working with. And your brain will make it feel like enough. Because what you see is all there is.